Now, of course, the second wave of coronavirus has had a devastating effect on India. The total number of cases has crossed the 20 million mark, and cases have almost doubled in the last 3 months. Not just this, a failing health infrastructure, low oxygen supplies and overwhelmed crematoriums are also some of the issues that India is dealing with. Amidst the crisis, Indian nationals in the United Kingdom, especially overseas students, remain worried for their families back home. Here's a report.
Thousands of miles away from home, in the United Kingdom, these students from India are worrying about their families and friends. The Indian YMCA student hostel in central London, where they stay, has put up strict measures to control the spread of virus.
Temperature normal.
While the positivity rate for United Kingdom has gone down in last 1 week, anxiety and worry for these students has not. Overseas Indians can only despair at the unfolding COVID crisis in India. United Kingdom has currently put India on its red list, which means entry from India to United Kingdom is severely restricted. Trisha Bothra, a London Business School graduate, describes her horror at how COVID-19 cases in India are spiraling.
So I started getting worried about what was happening in India about 2 to 3 weeks ago, when I started getting news about my distant family. Some of them got tested positive and were admitted in ICU, and they were not able to meet their family, and we were not able to help given we were not supposed to be in contact with them.
For many, the Indian YMCA in central London is a home away from home, especially in such difficult times.
I think it's always good to be surrounded by people from your own country, because there's a sort of connection and relatability there. So you can always discuss things and talk about things, have those kinds of conversations which are slightly difficult to have with people from other backgrounds, because they might not be able to relate with you. And of course, in these times, since it's even more difficult, and considering the kind of situation that there is in India, it's genuinely very comforting to have people from your own community.
Another student, Nikhil Gaure, has been worried for his family back home as the cases continue to surge.
It was heartbreaking for me, especially when my dad was admitted to the hospital, but I was away from them and I couldn't support them. At that point, I was feeling quite lonely, and I didn't know how to react. But then after a few days when he recovered, I got that feeling of I should help my country. And so me and a few friends of mine, we started a plasma donors database.
Charities in the United Kingdom have been quick to respond to send assistance to India. The British Asian Trust has launched an emergency appeal to deliver oxygen concentrators to hospitals in India.
So we've been working with a partner organisation in India to provide those on the ground, rather than providing them in urban centres, really looking at places where perhaps it's harder to reach, so that people then don't come from those rural areas into cities where the hospital system is already stretched.
The Trust's appeal has so far raised £1.7 million and is hoping to raise £2 million in total. On May 4th, India recorded over 380,000 new COVID cases and 3,780 COVID deaths, highest in India in 24 hours. India's official count of COVID cases has surpassed 20 million, nearly doubling in the last 3 months. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.